Everybody, I think, aspires to the same thing. They want to build a better life for themselves and for their families. They want to be able to connect with each other. They want to do it in a reasonably open way. They want personal safety and security. And I think that they want to do all of these things in a way that doesn't compromise the opportunities for future generations. And they want to be responsible stewards of our planet so that our children's children's children will look back and thank us for what we've done and not curse us for the legacy that we have left them. Really, in every country, we need to rethink the way in which social and environmental trends are hardwired into the economy. We don't have any examples of countries today that really have found what I would call the right path towards sustainable development. So all countries need to do something to think about how they develop in a way that, if followed by every other country, would be feasible for a planet where we expect to have 9 billion people living by the year 2050. And third, I think that as we go about trying to find solutions for these two big challenges, we need to think hard about the institutions we have that govern globalization and govern the way in which countries cooperate with each other. Because really we will only find solutions to these problems if we have a better globalization, a better way of cooperating with each other through international institutions. And so reforming international institutions, making sure they play a proper role in the world today is the third big challenge. And what we need in 2015 really is a much more specific roadmap, something which is actionable. We need to establish goals and quantitative targets with timetables. We need countries to start to spell out exactly what policies they're going to take, what money they're going to devote for these purposes, what are the priorities for research, for business innovations, for science, how these are going to be brought to bear in order to move to a different kind of global economy. I think one thing on which everybody agrees is that business as usual is just not going to be good enough. So we know that it's not going to be good enough. What we don't yet know is really the specifics of how to change. And in thinking about those specifics, I think we also have to be realistic and flexible, because many of the technologies that we will use haven't yet been invented, or at least not deployed on a commercial scale. So the world is changing very rapidly. So we don't want to be too rigid in saying exactly this is what we will be doing, but we do want to open up to many more of the exciting possibilities that new technologies, new business models are making available now. Well, of course, what's really important is that everything that we do, in some sense, affects development. We're in such a interconnected world today that we have to recognize that all our policies have a direct bearing on what happens elsewhere. Policies actually matter, and not just matter for one's own country. Policies in every country affect what happens elsewhere. We're in a world where capital is very mobile, and so taxes obviously can be shifted from one country to another. Investments are really important. And when countries get together and talk about development cooperation, increasingly what they're talking about are things like trade, investment, jobs. All of these things benefit each other. That's the way in which we need to think, I think, about development cooperation. And that's not a conversation about just giving a little bit of aid from rich countries to poor countries so that they can, educate their people a little bit better. To really have sustainable development at the scale that we want, we have to go well beyond those kinds of activities and also have these much bigger economic processes like trade and investment actually be oriented towards delivering on sustainable development.